everybody, and welcome. We're diving deep today into something we all know but might not fully understand.
Yeah.
Peer pressure.
Absolutely.
You know that feeling like when everyone's doing something and you kind of feel that pull to join in, even if you're like, wait, this doesn't feel right. We're going to try to unpack that using this excerpt we've got called The Psychology of Peer Pressure, Why We Conform and How to Resist.
Okay.
So like, why do we conform? How can we resist it? And most importantly, how do we stay true to ourselves even when we feel that pressure from everybody around us?
Right. Peer pressure is a big deal.
Yeah.
It's a powerful force. It shapes how we make decisions, our behaviors, maybe even what we believe.
Yeah. I mean, we think we're independent, right? We all like to think we're making our own choices.
We do.
But then we see all these people doing something.
Well, I think the thing is we are social creatures.
Right.
Like at our core, we want to connect, we want to belong. And so that need for connection, it's almost like this driving force, like beneath the surface, you know? And it influences so many of the things we do without us even realizing it.
So how strong is this urge to belong? Is it really that strong?
Yeah, it is. It is. Like there was this guy, Solomon Asch.
Okay.
And he did these famous experiments on conformity.
Oh, I've heard of these, yeah.
So imagine you're in a room with other people and you're asked to judge the length of these lines. The right answer is like super obvious.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Everyone else in the room, they give the wrong answer on purpose.
Oh, wow.
Would you stick to what you know is right?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Or would you go along with the group just to fit in?
Yeah.
You know, I think I'd like to say that I would stick to my guns. Yeah.
But who knows, right? In that situation. Well, so what Ash found was that a surprising number of people, they caved.
Oh, really?
They conformed to the group's incorrect answer, even though they knew it was wrong. So sometimes being part of the group is more important than being right.
Yeah, I mean, belonging is a powerful force.
There's two types of influence.
Right.
So we got to talk about those because I think that plays into why teenage years are so tough.
Absolutely.
You know, because you're trying to figure out who you are and where you fit in.
Yeah, teenagers, they're like prime targets for peer pressure.
Right.
Because they're still figuring out their identity, right?
Yeah.
And that need to be accepted is like super strong at that age. So yeah, there's normative influence and there's informational influence.
Yeah, break those down for me.
All right. So normative influence, that's like the need to fit in, you know? Like, you don't want to stand out. You don't want to be the odd one out.
Yeah.
Remember high school?
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever do something just because everyone else was doing it?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Even if you weren't really into it?
Totally.
That's normative influence. And then there's informational influence.
Yeah.
That's when we think the group knows better than we do. Oh, interesting.
Especially like when we're in a situation that's kind of new or uncertain.
Yeah.
It's like picking a restaurant, right?
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever gone with the group's choice?
All the time.
Even if it wasn't your favorite?
Yeah.
Because you figured, they probably know better.
They must know something I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, if we know all this stuff is going on in our brains, can we actually like resist peer pressure? Or are we just doomed?
No, we're not doomed. We can definitely resist it.
Okay, good.
But it's not about like becoming a hermit. You know? You don't have to completely shut everyone out.
Right.
It's more about finding that balance between having those social connections and staying true to yourself.
Okay. So where do we start? What's like the first step to resisting peer pressure?
I would say it all starts with you.
Okay.
Like really building self-awareness and self-esteem.
Oh, self-esteem, yeah.
Those are key.
Okay.
Because when you know what you value, what you believe in,
you're way less likely to just abandon those things when you're feeling pressure. It's kind of like having this internal compass, you know?
That makes sense. But I mean, you know, self-esteem, like that's a big one, right?
Yeah.
What about people who struggle with that? Are there more concrete things they can do, like when they're feeling that pressure in the moment?
Definitely. One strategy that can help is to take a step back and actually question the group's motives.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Like, are they doing this because it's genuinely good for everyone?
Yeah.
Or are they just kind of blindly following a trend?
Right.
And then, you know, think about the consequences.
Yeah.
What are the long-term consequences?
Yeah.
Because sometimes something that seems really cool right now might not align with your values or your long-term goals.
Yeah.
I mean, just taking a pause and thinking it through.
So it's like Being a critical thinker.
Exactly.
You're not just going with the flow. You're examining this situation. You're really thinking about your own beliefs.
Exactly. And there's this other concept that's really powerful.
Okay.
It's called self-efficacy.
Okay. I've never heard of this self-efficacy.
So a psychologist, Dr. Albert Bandura, he came up with this.
Okay.
It's basically the belief in your own ability to make good choices. And reach your goals.
Okay.
And the more self-efficacy you have, the better you are at resisting peer pressure.
So it's not enough to just know the right thing to do. You have to believe you can actually do it.
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
You got to trust your gut and be confident enough to act on your values, even when it's hard.
Okay, so I think we've learned a lot, right? Peer pressure, it's a real thing. We all experience it.
For sure.
But understanding how it works is the first step to figuring out how to deal with it.
Right.
You can go with the flow, you can conform, or you can stand strong in what you believe. And it sounds like the more we work on our self-awareness, our self-esteem, and our self-efficacy, the better we'll be at navigating these situations.
Definitely the better equipped we are.
Where we feel pressured to do something that maybe just doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
It's been a great deep dive.
Yeah.
It really makes you stop and think about all the little pressures that are out there.
Right, all the subtle ways we're influenced.
Yeah, like every day.
Yeah, every day.
And how that can shape the choices we make.
For sure.
So for you listening out there, I want you to think about what stood out to you today. What will you do differently next time you feel that tug, that pull of peer pressure? Think about it. And remember, even us, right? We've done a whole deep dive on this, but we still face these challenges too.
Yeah, it's a journey. It's ongoing.
Yeah, it's a journey.